Everyone hates Commander, but everyone loves Commander.
Ready?
What?
What?
Everyone hates on it. Go.
Okay.
No. What?
Everyone hates on it. It's fine. Just
Everyone
go.
shits on Commander even though they love Commander.
Yes. Thank you.
The podcast is going, guys.
Oh no, it's called editing it now.
Yeah.
Probably
That's
not.
more work.
Probably not.
for...
That's funny shit.
Jesus.
Yes.
Okay. Welcome to episode 5 of Oko Did Nothing Wrong, the Magic the Gathering podcast. I am your host, Mason. I am joined today by my co-host,
Robert, Morton, hello.
Austin.
Oh, I'm Chandler.
and we have 2 special guests for you today.
I'm Jacob.
I wasn't paying
I'm
attention.
Tristan.
I wasn't paying attention.
See, it's not me this time.
Okay.
Do
A redo? No, we don't do redos.
We don't do
here.
redos here. It's Chandler's like, it's garbage. We're going to keep it.
See.
Okay.
So hard.
So we have a couple topics on the docket for today. So first up, there was a ban announcement on August 3rd, and we're going to go over that, what happened there, a lot of big changes. And then we're going to get into some fun stuff with our pet cards today. We're going to talk about all our favorite pet cards.
Was any of the commander?
No.
I don't give a shit then.
Okay, you can sit over there in your corner.
Yay.
Okay, so first up, in Standard, 4 cards got banned. Wilderness Reclamation, Growth Spiral, Teferi Time Traveler, and Cauldron Familiar.
I'm glad someone met the fairies.
I mean, they're still holding value.
I already sold them.
Okay.
Anyway,
So,
so
So this is a big deal. This pretty much reset the meta for Standard a month before rotation.
all
months?
these cards,
2 months, 2 to 3 months before
rotation happens at the end of September to October. Because that's when the new set releases.
Okay, so 2 months.
Yeah, do they do it by physical year?
No, they do it
They
by...
do it by when the set releases.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Whenever
every 4
Zendikar,
sets, pretty much.
whenever Zendikar Rising comes out, the format will rotate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So...
Or 20 back will go.
Yep.
Okay, 25th of September.
Okay, yeah. So, very close to the rotation of Standard this happened. And I think one of the big reasons that this happened now is because cards like Teferi and Wilderness Wreck and Growth Spiral were selling packs. And Wizards was like, we're going to keep this around as long as we can. And then they're like, okay, maybe we should do something now. Because it was dominating the meta, these cards.
So the people in charge finally realized there was a problem?
I mean, they wanted to sell packs, though.
So they didn't care about the problem.
No.
No, why would they?
Yeah.
Their
It makes
company-
money.
Standard is what makes Wizards the most amount of money. That's why they always push it. Because that's how they sell packs. That's how they make their money, is by selling packs.
They were looking at it a monetary way instead of a is everybody having fun way.
I mean, they were trying to keep it fun, but they were also trying to be able to sell. Because once those cards are gone, I mean, is there any reason to pull from War of the Spark anymore?
Lily?
The 6-drop Lily, not really. No one plays that anymore.
It's about to rotate, and...
Commander?
Casual Commander staples.
Yeah.
To be fair, in the standard metagame, the banning was needed for the fact that it was just 2 decks circle jerking each other.
Yeah. I mean, usually Standard historically has been like 3 decks that have been top of the meta, and they're like, one, it's like a rock, paper, scissors. One beats one, the other beats the other, and the other beats the other. And so you pick which one you feel most comfortable with, and you take it to a tournament. That's usually how Standard competitive goes. And you have a couple of tier 2 decks that can fit in and get a couple of decks, but usually you have 3 decks at the top of the meta.
But with this instance, was it Temur Reclamation, I think, off the top of my head. I might be wrong. Temur Reclamation was a whopping 27% of the meta at the time, and it was that and Oven Cat.
Yeah, Cat Combo and the Wilderness Wreck decks were really the only 2 decks you could play if you wanted to do well. And that's a big problem.
Yeah. But, so Thorn's rotating? Yeah, it's 20 back, right?
No, Tharr is staying in.
Thorn is after 12? Yeah, it is after
It's
12.
the Ravnica block is rotating out, and then Core 20.
Okay, yeah. God. It's been a year.
You haven't played Standard in a while, huh?
I don't like Standard.
Hey.
Standard is my favorite place to brew. Mostly because it's such a limited card pool that allows for some very interesting things to happen.
Yes. White blue flyers.
that was a good deck, yeah. I enjoyed playing that one.
Yeah, and he's like, well, I'm over here playing Commander. He's like, hey, Robert, can I borrow your fucking ley lines?
Yeah, I needed ley lines for the
Me
sideboard.
Playing mono blue tempo. You, mono blue flyers. Nerd.
That's pretty much, yeah.
Anyone has anything else to say?
I mean, standard format.
For standard.
Yeah, these standard
No.
bannings.
No.
I mean, devil's advocate, people could say that there was no point in having the banning with the rotation being so close.
Yeah.
That's what a lot of people are
Fair.
saying. It's a little weird, but to be fair, this will help people solve the format a little bit faster before Zendikar comes out. I think.
To be fair, this has been a weird ass year.
Yeah.
It-
2020B,
I say they're
big chillin'.
It slaps.
they're constantly
Like
pushing the
Batman.
power level, and with that happening,
That
I
scares
think
me.
a lot of these. I mean, it's scary, but I think it's a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
It allows the game to stay interesting.
At least they're not doing it at the same pace Yu-Gi-Oh does.
They do it every 3 weeks, every 3 months. No announcement, but at the same time, they cut like half the meta decks. And so your $300 deck.
Oh yeah, that's what was different about this one. There was no announcement like the week prior, like all the others.
Yeah, they're just kind of.
They're just like boom.
Yeah, I woke up and saw this announcement and had no idea that it was coming. So that
Yeah.
was very scary.
Yeah.
But also,
Got
the
little.
fact that Wilderness Reclamation got banned, I dislike that card because of Austin.
Hi.
Oh yeah, he beat Tron with it.
Yeah, he beat.
It beats Modern Tron, the standard version,
Yeah.
reliably.
The Ixalan standard version, huh?
No.
No,
It
that was
Ravnica
right when it
standard.
came out.
Ravnica
Yeah.
standard.
Yeah. We
Was
still had
Ixalan
it-
still in there?
Yeah, because
Oh yeah, I was. You had J-Lights and stuff.
Yeah, you had the check lance too and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
I
Ixalan
remember-
version beat Modern Tron.
Because I remember you playing things like Search for Escanta and
Yeah,
things
I
like
played
that in your
Search.
deck.
I played not J-Light Ranger, but the baby J-Light Ranger, the one in the green.
Oh yeah. I forget.
Wayfinder or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
That's pretty good.
okay. So next up, Pioneer also got a meta wipe. Inverter of Truth, Kithis, Walking Ballista, and Underworld Breach.
Kethos combo is so fun.
So the thing they said about Kithis is that it wasn't broken yet, but they felt like it would become a very big problematic deck, and so they banned it ahead of time to make sure that didn't happen.
If it ain't broken, don't fix it, though, wizards.
They just don't want combo decks in Pioneer.
Well,
They want it to be their like Timmy
Baby.
format
I think the thing is
that,
like
you can use all your standard cards in.
yeah.
Well, I think what they did was a good thing about the Kithis ban, because what they're trying to say is, okay, we're going to ban these cards that we think are problematic ahead of time, so not a bunch of people go in, invest in this deck that comes out because it's all of a sudden broken, and then they have to ban it, and then everyone loses all their value. People get upset.
That's the fun of it, though.
So you're saying that
That's fun.
Wizards doesn't want people to lose little money investing in decks?
They don't want them to hate the game.
No. I just want to specify the way you said it.
What I'm trying to say is they're trying to make sure people don't get disinterested because bannings happen.
No. That's still not what you said first. You said so they don't go out and spend a lot of money on decks that then lose value, right?
Yes.
That's what you said. So they're acknowledging the secondary market.
I mean, they.
Oh.
Okay, they're not going to come out and say it, but I think that's what they're doing here.
Yeah, 100%.
Which I think is a good thing. I think that makes players. I mean, it's sad because you can't play with the card anymore, but at the same time, it doesn't allow for this problem we keep having where people build these decks and then they get banned and people are upset.
Austin, the Master Bard.
I like how they banned Inverter Truth for Thassa's Oracle.
Yeah, because if you ban Thassa's Oracle, like two of these other cards are fine. Like Inverter and Underworld Breach, that's fine.
Wait, what?
Different formats, Robert.
We're talking about Pioneer, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. You're on the wrong format for Underworld Breach with Thassa's Oracle.
No, like legit, that's how they won Pioneer.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
One of you.
No,
is
they
right.
just play blue-black, like self-mill stuff.
Yeah, that's Inverter of
There's
Truth.
Inverter Truth, and the
Okay.
Underworld Breach was the Lotus Field deck.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. that
And
deck
so they would
existed.
draw their deck and then
Thassa's Oracle.
play Thassa's Oracle.
So you were wrong.
Yeah, I was wrong.
So-
I haven't been paying much attention to Pioneer.
I look every now and then. It's like, oh, is it interesting again? No.
No.
But I think Underworld Breach is a problematic
Back to the
card.
dead.
It's a cool card. I
don't think it's inherently overpowered.
Yeah.
It's Yawgmoth's Will.
Well, yeah, but
Red,
red.
And 2 mana.
yes. Stupid.
Yeah, but you can always get rid of it because it's still on the field. There's still ways to get rid of it.
You're
Okay.
playing blue
As soon as they
red.
cast one thing, you blow it up.
Yeah, like play
Okay.
Abrupt Decay. Abrupt Decay's in the format.
Yeah, but that means you have to be in green and black to play Abrupt Decay.
Yeah, and you're probably
And what's
playing
wrong with
blue.
that?
Mid-range is not
That
very
means-
viable in this format.
Yeah, it is.
It is now.
It is now?
No, it's
Yeah.
always been
All the
viable.
combos are dead.
No, it's been
like, I'm
All
sounding
the
like
combos are gone. Mid-range is great now.
I'm sounding like a hooligan right
No,
now.
Sultai is a very good mid-range deck for the format. Sultai Delirium.
Yeah,
Ew.
because they play Uros, they play Grim Flares, they play a lot of other
Ooh,
crap.
when Uro hits that band block. Ooh.
So what do you think about them banning Walking Ballista instead of Heliod?
Because Walking Ballista could probably, if another card comes out similar
Wizards
to
said
Heliod's
money
effect.
go burr.
Yeah, Walking
The-
Ballista could combo off with more things, being a colorless card,
Mhm.
could fit into more decks than just Heliod. So
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Or a hot take. Wizards said money go burr.
Well, because they knew they were just about to reprint, or they reprinting Walking Ballista and Double Masters. Why would they ban it? Less money.
Yeah, you're right.
Let's say the thing is I think Walking Ballista was a key piece in the 1/1 counter strategy that they had floating around, and I don't think the deck is viable anymore without Walking Ballista.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, it's sure there is still a deck, but it's nowhere near as good without Walking Ballista. So Walking Ballista, I will say, hands down, is one of the most powerful artifact cards ever printed. Since I want to say, since like the new set border came out.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I played a deck in Standard that had a combo that went off with Walking Ballista, and the deck never really went off, but Walking Ballista won me more games by itself than the deck trying to function did. Yeah. And so I was relying on Walking Ballista. So that shows you that card's just inherently powerful on its own.
anything you can sink mana into for a positive effect, like just being a damage here or there, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
Especially
So
ignoring
you're saying I
Telepathy.
should play Helix Pinnacle, right?
Sure, why not?
Sure, why not? YOLO.
To be
Just do
fair,
it. Why not?
What's the worst that happens, huh? People are like, "Ooh, Helix Pinnacle," and then you lose. Yeah, well, whatever. It was still fun.
To be fair, Pioneer's gonna be a ton of mix-ups still, so we might get unbanning for it one day.
So is anyone now interested in Pioneer now that the meta's been cleared?
No.
Dude, I already have a Pioneer deck.
Well,
it's
if I can
blue,
play
green,
in paper.
merfolk.
I got a question. Is Philida unbanned?
No.
Then I don't care.
Why would you want that card unbanned? It's so broken.
We covered it on a broken list.
At the time, I'm currently only a paper exclusive player at the moment, so I can't really play online. So as of right now, I can't really play Pioneer in stores. So
Yeah, but are you interested to play the format now?
Yes.
The floodgates are open.
I'm gonna run around the store with scissors.
Oh, I love scissor combo.
What do you have? Scissors? No!
What do you have?
A knife.
So
Nice.
Good job.
that was you, Chandler.
That was your shit.
Oh, it was you though.
Yeah. Why'd you have it on the table, huh?
Bruh.
okay.
A hot take here.
All right. So I think it's going to do good things for Pioneer, help it become less stale, because it kind of did feel stale with these meta decks just being the only decks you can play.
Wizards.
Do you think,
Wizards Copter.
What's that one green enchantment that just got unbanned in Pioneer?
Othanissa.
Do you think that's going to be going back to the top again?
No. So like I said, they're killing all the combo decks, so I don't think it really has a home other than mono green Nykthos, which is considered a fair deck at the moment. So
Yeah. And maybe some Death and Taxes type of deck because we have. No, I'm thinking of Historic. My bad.
to say, I don't think we can do Death and Taxes because we don't have any of the Taxes
Not there
pieces.
yet, bro.
I'm thinking of
Not
Historic.
yet.
Ignore me.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's easy.
Okay.
But yeah, so I'm very interested to see where Pioneer leads now. I am definitely more hyped about Pioneer. I'm more closer to how hyped I was about Pioneer when it was first announced than I have been in the last couple of months.
Pioneer is an interesting
other
format
ones?
because it's not quite. You don't get to play quite what you want to do, but it's also way cheaper than older formats where you do what you want to do. So it's like.
Not gonna
And
lie.
it doesn't rotate like standard.
It's
To
in a
be
weird spot.
Fair.
Once we get more sets in it, I think it'll be better.
Yeah,
Modern-
give it like another year maybe.
To be fair, Modern and Pioneer are about the same power level. It's just there's more dumb stuff you can do in Modern than you can do in
There's
Pioneer.
more variety
More variety in
of like
Modern.
interactions and things.
But
I'm
you
just
can
waiting
do
for Mace's
stupid.
reaction before I can give my reaction.
well, based on how dummy thick the last couple sets have been, I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it does kind of provide itself a avenue to be a little
I
too
mean,
good.
we all agree the next thing is going to be land-based, right?
Of course, it's Zendikar.
Yeah.
I feel like Pioneer is going to become like Legacy is to Vintage. So like Modern is Vintage,
Yeah.
and Legacy is Pioneer. I feel like that's the two bases. So you're going to have slower games, more interactive games, and Pioneer, I feel, and Modern's going to have more of your faster games, your heavy hitters, your quick games.
I
Can't
can
wait
do
for
synergy.
Modern to be dead.
I don't think Modern's really gonna die.
Modern's
No,
never
I'm
going to
not
die.
joking,
Not for
because-
like a.
Excluding Commander, it is the most popular format.
I'm joking because they killed off Legacy.
Well, because they weren't making money from Legacy.
Say Legacy kind of killed itself having the reserve list.
Also, you don't see them making
Not killing
Legacy
the Rockets,
Masters.
though.
Modern Masters.
Yeah, what?
Modern keeps making them money. Legacy stops
I'd say if
making
they
them
keep
money.
printing like Modern Masters, like you
Yeah.
said, Modern Horizons, they can make a ton of money off of
Of
Modern.
course, yeah.
See.
I mean, they'll keep breaking the format every time, but they'll keep making money too.
I mean,
Gak.
Urza.
They'll just keep throwing band-aids at bullet holes.
I mean, and I think that's kind of part of having a game like Magic. Like these things are going to happen. I don't think there's any way to actually fix these problems. Or I
Way
don't
more
think there's a-
playtesting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Actually, have
playtesting.
playtesting for modern. You know.
People who know how to playtest as playtesters.
Yeah, don't ask me that.
Like, I found your future job, Mason. You're now a modern playtester for Wizards of the Coast. You get paid $60,000 a year.
Amazing. Clean up your pants. Holy shit.
Well, I mean, then again, you have to be putting in devil's advocate stuff.
It's very hard to balance cards, especially for a game of Magic where there's so many cards. It's very easy for you to forget about some obscure common that combos off and goes nuts.
You mean
No one forgot about
Inverter
Metamorphose.
of Truth?
Yeah, it's like that's like an obscure mythic from Oath of the Gatewatch that nobody played
That was
with.
like a nickel.
Allosaurus Rider in Modern?
Yeah, it's
Well,
things
that
like-
card keeps breaking things.
Yeah, that card has always been kind of problematic. It's done things.
It turns
in the
out a
past.
free. Oh look, free spells. Too
There's
good.
the one grinding
Who'd have
station.
thought?
But yeah,
What? Now?
What?
What'd you say?
I said grinding station.
Oh,
Yeah. It was like less than $1. Now it's 15.
I found one in my bulk and I was like, ha ha ha.
all right.
I found two.
Yeet.
So 2 cards got put on suspended for historic, and that's Wilderness Reclamation and Teferi yet again.
Why is suspended even a thing?
Because the format is still new and volatile, and they want
They
to.
just ban it and then unban it later.
It's more
It's different from Pioneer.
Because they want to see how the meta shapes up after they ban the cards, and if the meta shapes up in a healthy way, they'll move them to the banned list. And if it doesn't, they'll take them off and try to fix something else.
It's
Okay, so why don't we do
honestly-
that for paper formats?
It's easier to do
fuck
it
you,
on
that's why.
MTG Arena.
I mean, it's technically what they do, but they take a lot more data in for other formats than they do for like they want more data because historic is a
Strictly online.
online only. Yeah. So
Do you think they'll ever try to change that?
No.
no.
We got Pioneer. That was what we got.
You say that.
Yeah.
Well, Historic is going to be an MTG Arena thing for people who have sets rotated and they still want to play with their old cards.
Yeah, it's a way for people to. It's yeah.
Most likely you're going to be going back to Eldritch Moon or something like that.
So far we got Amonkhet.
Amonkhet's coming back.
Yeah, but they had MTG Arena back in Eldritch Moon
Yeah,
for
they
beta.
they also had it in Kaladesh for beta
I know, but
or alpha.
One of the words.
Eldritch Moon is before Amonkhet and all that. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it is.
technically, you would be getting Amonkhet. We're going all the way back there, possibly
least.
further. At least, yeah.
Who knows? It might just go all the way back to RTR and then change to Pioneer.
Oh look, then I'll probably play it.
And especially with all the stuff they put into historic. Like
I don't feel like
Follies and all that.
Wizards wants
That's
to
weird.
do that.
Yeah.
I say that's a lot to keep track of. So it's very easy for you to pull random cards to make legal in a format on an online format because they're just there. You can only have those cards. But in a paper format, it's just like you have to look at this list and you have to do that. It gets a little complicated and a little messy, and I don't think I'd like that very much.
To be fair, I think Wizards is doing something like a trickle method to older formats. So you go from standard, historic, pioneer, etc., to modern, legacy, possibly. That could be a sales thing.
Could
That,
be,
or
yeah.
they just go straight to commander.
Reagan economics. Reagan smash.
The last thing
Just
on the ban list.
Ignore every other format and print more commander things. They'll sell so much money.
Yep.
Commander only.
All right, so the last couple things on the ban list, we have historic, like I said, wilderness and Teferi gone, which I think is because both of those cards counteracted each other. So like Teferi stopped wilderness rec, and so it had to be there. And so they're like, well, wilderness rec gone, Teferi kind of takes over, so we have to take it out. And then Teferi got banned in brawl.
Just imagine this
Nobody
scenario.
cares.
I just
Just imagine
Does
this
anybody
scenario.
even play Brawl
No.
around
Yes.
here?
no. Who?
Me?
When?
Okay, who else
Do
actually
you play by
plays Brawl?
yourself?
I play on Arena
So yes,
by himself
Gotcha.
in a room.
Yep.
With the lights out.
one hand in the pants.
2 hands in the pants.
I'm brave. How do you use the mouse then?
I don't use the mouse. I just get a pencil and just hit the keyboard buttons.
Ah, so you like doing this, huh?
Yep.
So you're
Okay.
working with your mouth too. Okay.
Ah. You know what I just thought about?
Jeez.
Commander Legends, right?
Yeah.
Are we gonna have VIP packs for Commander Legends?
Oh God,
I hope so.
Bruh.
That'd be
Bruh.
sweet.
I hope
Start
so.
saving up now.
$200 for the VIP.
No, just get a box.
No,
That's
it's gonna
fine.
be like 100.
It'd probably be, well, honestly, they'd probably just do regular collector boosters.
Yeah.
Because the only reason they did VIP boxes is because double.
Well, you say that,
I do say that.
but they keep making money off all these premium products.
Does anyone say, yeah,
Three
I,
idiots.
Yes. Yes, very much so.
to say Double Masters has released upon time of recording, and I have definitely enjoyed the VIP boxes a lot. So
I enjoyed it enough to buy 2.
Yeah,
I bought one and I felt dirty.
Wait, what
Yeah.
are we talking about?
the VIP packs.
He's like, I don't want one. They're a scam. Buys one
Yeah,
immediately.
you say you want
Not
you want
immediately.
to
It
touch
took
on
like
that one?
it took a lot of
I-
persuasion.
like 10 seconds.
So
I
I was there
ghosted
for like
him.
10 minutes waiting for the box.
I
was just
did guilt Mort into getting a VIP pack. As soon as I opened my first one and pulled out the foil alt art Avacyn, I'm just like, oh, this is good. And he goes, maybe I should try.
And then I got like a foil alt art Stoneforce Mystic and a Academy Ruins.
I yoinked the Stoneforge Mystic.
Yeah. I got a bomb out of that. I don't care.
Okay, let's move into the next segment of today's podcast,
Heck
which will be
yes.
pet cards. So for those of you who don't know what pet cards are, these are cards that aren't inherently...
They're like doggies, right?
No.
Or cats.
Cats,
Snakes.
lizards.
Can I finish?
Bop!
The perfect
Boxes.
pet.
Birds of paradise. Your pet card has to be a birds of paradise.
No. Okay, so pet cards are cards in Magic that players either fall in love with or distinctly like playing, and they tend to like put them in decks even though it doesn't make sense or whatever, or they build decks around them because they enjoy playing with these cards. They don't necessarily have to be powerful cards, although sometimes they are. But generally, it's a card you have like some sort of emotional attachment to. So
All right, so I say we just say one.
I'll say one, and then we
And
just
then
go
we-
down.
Well, he has like 30.
I had-
so maybe he should say
21.
like 2.
No. Let's say one.
Just
He'll have the back end like always.
Yeah, I'll just like finish my list up afterwards.
Yeah.
So
What's your first one?
So the first one on my list is Mistcutter Hydra. So this is a card I really enjoyed. It's a
Really?
I love this card. Yes. So the reason I have such an emotional attachment to this card is because I played it, and the first time I started playing competitive standard, it was in my sideboard. And so what it is, it's an X and a green Hydra. It's a 0/0. It can't be countered. It has haste, protection from blue, and enters with X/1/1 counters on it. So back at the time of me playing this was around Khans of Tarkir Standard, which blue-black control was the dominant deck. It was just the deck. And so I was playing green Stompy / green-red Stompy, depending on how you wanted to call it. And so this card was always in my sideboard, and it murdered so many control players out of nowhere, and I just had such a good time playing this card. I just have a lot of fond memories with it. The biggest memory I do have with it, though, is that the first time I played the card, I didn't know it had haste, and I lost the game because of that, because I played it and passed the turn, and the guy killed me on the crackback, and he was like, you could have won just there. I was tapped out, and it has haste. I'm like, it has haste? So that was very interesting. So yeah, it's one of my favorite pet cards. I love playing it in the sideboards of green decks when I can. Robert?
One of my pet cards is the first commander deck I ever built. It's Tassiker, the Golden Fan. It's Mr. Banana Hands.
All right, Jacob. Next.
Banana hands.
Banana Hands. No, legit.
Banana.
It was just like, I wanted to play commander, but I want like to do some death triggers and whatnot, and just play like some blue and black and green cards. And my friend's like, hey,
What
here's
a
a generic commander for
what a
that color.
scrub.
I was like, oh,
Scrub.
dope.
You heard me. I didn't stutter.
Yeah. You fat, bald bastard.
No, that's not even your joke. Get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here.
No.
Everything's a ripoff.
No.
Anyway.
Okay, so my pet card that I chose to be first is Nest of Scarabs. It is a 3-drop black enchantment, so 2 colorless, 1 black, and it says whenever you place a -1/-1 counter on a creature, you create a 1/1 black insect creature token.
All right, this card.
The reason it's one of my pet cards is because I was playing a Yawgmoth deck for the longest time in Commander, and just being able to infinitely go through creatures, draw cards,
Ralston.
so much fun. And it doesn't matter if your opponent's stuff is indestructible, because Negwin the counters, they die.
So probably I got like 3 pet cards that jump around the favorite, but one of them is definitely Fast Bond, which is an enchantment for 1 green that lets you play any number of lands on each of your turns. But whenever you play a land if it wasn't the first land you played this turn, you take a damage. So this is the first vintage like cube deck that I ever built.
Wait, isn't this banning commander?
It's banned
Oh
like
yes,
everything.
oh yes, it's hella banned.
It's like one of the most broken cards in Magic.
Yeah, one of my very first vintage cube draft decks that I actually built was Fast Spawn Strip Mine with not Oracle Moldiah, but the one that gained you a life when you play land.
Courser for 50.
Yes, and it happened like once, and then I just never lost sight of Fast Spawn. So now, if I ever build a, dang it,
Vintage.
no, not vintage, a Highlander deck,
Ah.
it's definitely gonna be a Fast Spawn combo. That's just spicy. I love it.
It's a hell of a deck.
It's a hell of a drug. Playing lands,
Drug.
man. Dude.
It's almost as good as drawing cards.
Nothing. Yeah, well, yeah, I'll give you that one.
All right, so my favorite card, or one of my favorite pet cards in the entirety of Magic the Gathering, Dennis the Menace, also known as Siege Rhino. He destroyed the standard format for the longest time, which I wasn't playing standard at the time. But modern, whoo boy, Abzan and one generic, easy 4/5 trample with lightning helix on it. It killed people many times.
It also,
Was it-
what else does it do?
What else did it do?
So there's this meme I found on Reddit, and it just has, hear me out, Siege Rhino but legendary. When Siege Rhino but legendary enters the battlefield, take off your shoes and have target opponent suck them toes.
How did that
cast-
meme start with the sucking toes with Siege Rhino?
It just exists, man.
Some schmuck just was like, haha, toes, and everyone was like, yeah, toes.
Yeah,
The
toes.
toes, my dude.
And
It's like something
the
that came out of
best
Arkansas.
flavored
Yeah, probably.
text in
I was thinking Utah.
entirety of custom Magic
Alabama.
is, do you ever get your toes sucked by a rhino? Quote, inoffensive. I don't know, probably. But yeah, so the reason why this card became my pet card is because that I was playing at GP Austin, I think, is when I really liked it, because I was like 2-2 at the moment. If I took a loss, I was gonna be, sent to complete losers where, you can't get to day 2. I went against this burn player, and just sat there like, what's in my hand? Siege Rhino. Guess what? Die. He looked at me, he's like, I hate you.
Toes.
Toes. So yeah,
Have you seen Suffer Nala's list of the 32 Siege Rhinos?
that man is a god.
It was a standard deck, wasn't it? At first, it was like
Then
no
it
idea.
became a modern.
yeah. Then it
deck.
became a modern deck. But-
Was it just clone tribal?
So it was
Yeah.
like bring to light a bunch of clones and a bunch of different ways to tutor for the Siege Rhino.
That's great.
So like every card in the deck was either to get Siege Rhino or to make another copy of Siege Rhino.
Or lands.
That's great.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
It's the perfect deck. What are you talking about? It's tier 0.
Right.
We just don't acknowledge it.
So Chandler, you can't say anything about lands.
Oh, okay, one of those lands.
Yeah, we know which one it is.
Yeah, they're shit. That's not the first one.
Oh, I'm surprised
No,
at
yeah.
this point.
Well, you know what it is. It's a spellbook.
Yeah, it is Spellbook.
I like Spellbook.
It's spellbook.
Spellbook's a solid card.
You know why I love spellbook?
Why do you like Spellbook so much?
It's free.
I love fucking drawing cards!
He walked away. Thank you.
Yeah.
It didn't matter.
Yeah, so Spellbook's pretty sweet. I think Vincer's Journal is my favorite no max hand size card though.
I just love the 0-drop.
That's
It's a
fair.
0-drop artifact. I can throw it in any deck.
That's fair. Yeah. So I run it in Zedru.
I
Just use it for all
threw
the
it in
cards.
The only argument I can make to Spellbook is Wreck Tower.
I don't want to land though.
But I mean, if you're putting in a 0-drop in your deck, why not make it a land that produces mana and gives you the exact same effect? That's
Or
the
hear me out.
only thing I have against Spellbook.
Run both.
You can run both. That is a thing. But if I had to pick one or the other, I am picking the land that produces mana.
Because at the time it was cheaper.
One to me.
Yeah.
Okay, my next pet card is Savage Knuckleblade, or Big Daddy Nux. So he is Teamer for 4/4 Ogre Warrior, and he has 3 different abilities. So his first ability is 2 and a green. Until end of turn, he gets +2/+2, but you can only activate this ability once each turn. For 2 and a blue, you can return him to its owner's hand, and for 1 red, he can gain haste. So the reason I love this card so much is right when cons came out, I decided that the The clan I wanted to go with was Temur. I really liked the ideology of Temur or whatever, the whole savage and like big beefy creatures, because green was just kind of my
So
thing.
you're a Teamer player.
Yeah, I was a Temur. I still kind of am a Temur player.
He admitted he was a Teamer player, but no longer a Teamer player.
I'm a Grixis player now.
Well, you were a cool person, but now you're just kind of.
Yeah.
I still enjoy playing Temur. It's
No.
Too late.
You said were, not are. So.
Nah, you're still Teamer champ in my eyes.
yeah, that's my Magic username. It's so stupid.
Teamer champ?
Yeah, it's so stupid.
Ha, cringe.
Yeah, it is cringe. But yeah, so
Yeah, you're right.
This card never really saw a ton of play in its history of Standard, and I played so much of this card in Standard its entire lifetime. It's definitely a fun card to play around with. It seems very powerful, but it just is missing something. I don't know quite what it is. It was actually a control finisher in a deck at one point, so that was pretty needed for it. But yeah, it's a fun card. Good value card.
My next favorite card was Hermit Druid, because
it's still in Sultai.
yes, still in Sultai, and I was like, wait, graveyards are powerful. Yeets. And I was like, oh, wait, this also gets a basic land? Hell yeah.
Is Molten on your list?
Well, that's next.
Oh my god. We're kidding.
Anyway. But yeah, no, it was just like my first thing. I was like, you know what? I want this card. I'm going to buy it. This is like my first big purchase that was over $10.
Whoa, big spender.
Yeah, well, this is back when I didn't have a job, and I was like, you know, oh, I mowed the lawn. Here's my $5.
You got $5.
Yeah.
That kind of
Cheap
sucks.
ass bitch.
Yeah, that kind of sucks.
Yeah.
I charge at least like 20.
Well, yeah, but it was a small lawn. It was like the
Okay, and?
It was like the size of behind the counter.
And
Okay, and?
It was my parents' lawn. They were like, here you go.
Wow, you could have got even more then.
No more than that.
we're at 100 for power washing my house.
Oh, that's different. That's power washing the house.
Yeah, I got like $50 for power washing like a wall.
You guys get
And I was
paid?
That's what I'm thinking.
My parents go, I'll put a roof over your head and clothes on your body. You're good. And I'm like, okay then.
My parents are like, go mow the lawn and then give me $200.
My parents were
Anyway,
like,
but yeah, no, it was just like
you won't get
I love this card. It was great, and then later I discovered Laboratory Maniac, and I was like, oh, it's even better.
Oof, cancer.
Yeah. Anyway,
Okay, so my next pet card is actually one of my favorite commanders to play with, and it's Tharr the Unbowed.
How you play him?
So, Tharr is a
Cancer.
6/6
Cancer.
legendary creature, ogre warrior. He costs 4 generic, a red, and a green. So he's Gruul colors, so it's Gruul Drool. He has a few things in his text box. The first thing is he has Vigilance and Reach. Tharr the Unbowed attacks each turn if able, but the last little paragraph spot is where things get fun.
Which part there's word coming out?
He says, whenever a player casts a non-creature spell, Tharr deals 6 damage to that player. So what you do is you just cast Tharr, and then anybody who's not playing the creature deck hates you. And it's fun, even if they hate you, I promise.
So my next pet card, probably one of my first actual good commander decks, was Mizzix of the Ismagnus, which was 2, a blue and a red for a 2/2 Goblin Wizard.
It became everything else.
It became everything else.
He found
it
his,
was the breach.
he found his niche, and he's like, let's spread out.
Let's spread out and then come right back again. It's a legendary Goblin Wizard that says whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell with converted mana cost greater than the number of experience counters you have, you get an experience counter. And the second phrase is instant and sorcery spells you cast cost 1 generic less to cast for each experience counter you have. So this was my first like real instance of net decking.
Yeah.
Where I was like, ooh, this is cool. How do I do this? Type. Ah, yes, mine. So obviously it wasn't like, I didn't have all the majority of the good stuff, but the combo in it's actually pretty cheap. So I was able to do that. It was really got me into playing Commander. Super fun.
See, I remember.
So your deck just lost to Tharr is basically what you're saying.
Oh, yeah. Oh. I was like, ooh, Tharr, different deck. not even a thought. It's just like, no.
He has that effect on people.
I declare Rookthar. Did I say Mizzix?
I take this back. Just put together like a
Let's play Galta now.
It's just lands.
I'm playing lands.
It's just Azusa and 99 lands.
What's your win con? Yes.
Azusa beefy.
Valakut.
So, my next and probably one of my first pet cards was Hollow One. Why? Gambling.
Yes, gambling.
Oh, whoops, sorry about that. That was my phone. Yes, gambling. Hollow One, yes. I don't want to think when I play Magic the Gathering. I just want to play 4 Hollow Ones on turn 1 and, win. Mason knows this. Mason knows this very well. And Mason's like, yeah, I'll help you build the deck.
I created a monster.
Regret.
Yeah,
Regret.exe.
Get
You
3.
created just more than just one Mason.
I'm well aware.
You play a mountain, you play Burning Inquiry, you gamble it up real quick, make your opponent's hand worse. Thought sees them 3 times with no downside on your part. Oh,
It never works out.
3 Hollow Ones. Play them. They concede instantly every time.
Every time?
Every time.
Every time.
Every time we play the deck, that's what happens.
Every
Nah.
time?
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
So
Gotcha.
you're just gonna play them now, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean, like, if that's how easy it is to play the deck. Why not?
Yeah, you just.
It worked
be
every
fair-
time, right?
To be fair, every time we played, we were testing the deck on MTGO. Every time we'd get off 2 hollow ones, the opponent would concede.
Yeah.
Straight up. Just every.
Oh, we went 5-0 technically. We did go 5-0 with the deck.
No, we didn't
That's
go 5-0
some
because we lost to the
stupid-ass
Vampires guy.
bullshit right there.
No, we went 5-0. Then we went 5-1.
Oh yeah, because we played him afterwards. Yeah, we played this sweet mono black vampires dude, and he did not concede, and we had a great time playing with him. We chatted it
Well,
up.
we were getting our faces.
Oh yeah,
beaten
we were
in.
getting beat in because he had Vampire Noctis active all the time, plus a million blood gas. It was just a nightmare.
That
But
sounds
yeah.
really fun.
What is it? Hollow One is just a treat to see now.
You're a treat to see.
Oh, thanks.
My pleasure.
You guys live together now, aren't you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, anything else? Next card.
Next card.
Sunbird's Invocation.
Hey, that's on my list.
Hey!
It's not on my list.
I'm a combo player and I just love playing big shit.
Combo.
Oh, it's
Play
not even
big
a
shit.
combo
I play more
card.
big shit. I play big shit. I play more big shit that plays this big
You know
shit.
how we talked about free spells are good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's a combo card as much as it is a value card. It
It's
is
an enabler.
It's a value engine. So it's like you're playing 2 spells for the price of 1.
Just play it and play the next spell. All right, here we go.
Yeah, that's
win.
what makes it so good, I think, and so much fun. Is oh, what am I gonna get off the top of my deck? Oh wow, fucking ridiculousness or a mana rock.
You just throw big shit in. You just throw everything in there and just all right, play Maelstrom one for some reason. All right, Cascade, but I get to go do this first. And ooh, what I
Ooh,
get?
look, I win.
Yeah.
You playing Maelstrom Wander with only 2 creatures in the deck?
I know, but I've seen that deck and that's funny as shit.
Chris did that the other time on
That's so dumb.
other Chris's birthday. He legit just played Maelstrom Wonder plus the Elemental and plus another thing that just
I'm
made
at-
You just play Kiki Jiki.
They say
Yeah,
KKB and Zealous, and you
no,
win.
he was playing the Rift Elemental and the Omnath and just
He
made
did, yeah, he did Rift
infinite.
Elemental on that.
Yeah, and just made infinite 5/5s.
He didn't make infinite. He
As
betted.
many- as
he
many are in his
betted that he'll get a lot of lands to kill us.
Oh no, you weren't.
I
Oh
was
yeah,
there.
you were there, but no one could attack Chris because he would die.
We were tapped out.
Yeah, no, but he couldn't attack Chris because then he would die. Because Chris had this little enchantment that says whenever your creature attacks him, that can control.
That was just a situational thing, but he was betting to have a lot of lands before he hit the. He was betting to get those 2 before he hit a lot of lands.
Yeah.
That way he can basically get an army before he can start killing people.
Okay.
All right, go.
So next on my list, I'm actually gonna do 3 cards at once because they all kind of go together.
You cheating motherfucker.
They all go together.
one at a time.
No,
I'm
I'm trying to get through my list quickly. This is
You do one, and then you skip everybody, you do one again, it's the same.
It's just 3. They all go together really well.
Oh,
Okay,
that
so
wheels like mine.
no, so it's Eidolon of Blossoms, Arbor Colossus, and Temur Ascendancy. And the reason that these 3 are pet cards of mine is because they're really janky cards that made it into my favorite standard deck, which was Temur Ascendancy combo, and they were all really big key pieces.
Sit Teamer again.
He did say Teamer.
I played a ton of Temur in standard.
Teamer!
Do you play it now?
No,
Then fuck off.
He should.
but I still enjoy playing that deck style. I do enjoy it.
Teamer Chungus.
Look, dude, like you said on the other podcast, you play almost anything.
I really do. I enjoy playing all forms of Magic. I enjoy some more than others,
Penny
but
Dreadful.
Like Vintage Cube.
I love me some vintage.
All right,
Cube.
Penny Dreadful.
Penny Dreadful's at the bottom of the list. Okay,
Hey, well, I like what's over there.
4 Hollow Ones?
There's a cube over there.
there is a cube over there.
Yeah, this is cute.
Band-Aid. You guys are welcome.
Okay. Yeah, so I like all those cards because that was my favorite standard deck ever. It was a super janky infinite mana combo that you can make 1,000,000 Hornet tokens with and kill people with bees. It was great.
Bees!
Yeah.
Not the bees. Not the bees.
Okay.
All right. Oh, so I lied earlier. Madolfo's not next. It's actually Sidisi,
Oh, wow,
the
look.
Brute.
Wow.
Yeah, Lord Sultai, the Sultai player, recommending his favorite Sultai cards.
Not funny.
Alright, give me the fucking list.
No,
See
fuck you!
And then just all Sultai cards?
No!
Okay,
There's
come
one
on.
mono blue card.
That's still Sultai.
Then fuck you.
Is it Urza?
Shut up.
Oh my god.
Robert, door, there, now, go.
Okay, come on, get through your
But
explanation.
it was basically after that I realized I had in the bulk and was like, wait, this goes well with Hermit Druid because at the time I thought it'd make a bunch of zombies for each creature, not just one. It did not work the way I thought it did.
Reading the card explains the card.
Yeah, well. Oops, and I died for nothing.
Okay, so my next card is one that is near and dear to my heart for many reasons. Mainly because it just makes many things. It's Helm of the Host.
Ah, more Rurkthar's.
More Rurg Thars. There is a theme here. So Helm of the Host is a legendary artifact equipment. Costs 4 mana to cast and 5 mana to equip. But it says, at the beginning of combat on your turn, create a token that is a copy of the equipped creature, except the token isn't legendary if equipped creature is legendary. That token gains haste. So what essentially this means is every time you go to swing with your Ruric Thar that you're forced to swing with, you get a new one. And then the combo players at this table hate you even more, but you win because they can't do anything about it.
I play an opt. I take 12 damage. Oh no.
Fair and balanced.
I play Teferi's Protection. I take 12 damage.
Yes, that is exactly how it works.
Is Primal Surge on your list?
It is not. But after looking through my list, after us making fun of Mort for everything being Sultai, I realized everything's red, green, or colorless except for the first card.
All my stuff's Teamer.
I have like all the stuff.
Shit, all my team too.
Yeah.
I was trying to do this last
should
minute.
all
and
build
I'm just
teamer
like,
decks and just play teamer against
Done.
each other.
what
Hey,
deck do I
but
have
I'm
the most
not
fun
sure.
with? Red,
I'm done.
green, beat face.
Paco. Oh, speaking of Paco.
Paco!
Are you serious?
Yes. My next pet card is a card that came out in
It's a little fucking pet.
it is a pet. It's a
Yeah.
doggy.
Yeah.
It's a hound, which is now a dog. It's 3, 1 red, 1 green for a legendary creature, Elemental Hound. It has partner with Halden, Avid Arcanist, which is it's 2 and a blue for a human. That lets you, it does other stuff with Paco that I'll get to. Paco has haste, and it says whenever he attacks, exile the top card of each player's library and put a fetch counter on each of them. Then you put a +1/+1 counter on Paco for each non-creature card exiled this way. And the cool thing about Halden, the card he partners with, is Halden lets you play all non-creature cards exiled with Paco. So it's a really cool pair of creatures that you can play at nearly any table. Because the majority of the way that you win is you play all of your opponent's cards. And if they have good decks, now you have a better deck. If they have bad decks,
They have
Your deck
worse decks.
sucks.
oh yeah, sure, okay. But it's just really fun to play other people's cards. That's what I'm getting to.
It's really fun when you're in Teamer and you play an Adnos.
Oh yeah, no, not in this one.
One of the downsides is you cannot pet the dog,
You can no the dog pets other people
but you can't pet
With
it.
his teeth.
with his teeth. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
you
it
can't
does.
pet
It
pets.
fetches his own top library
Whenever
too.
you cast spell Halden, he pats the dog's head and then he casts the spell.
Yeah, because he takes the bone and then just casts it, which is the
Yeah.
Okay.
spell. Da, da, da.
Yeah.
Go ahead, bud.
Alright, so it's not
Aye.
really a pet card, so to say. It's a card I fucking love.
Is it lightning bolt?
Empty Warrens.
Oh.
Oh man, 160 goblins on turn 1, please, in the legacy.
It's
Woo!
words. Good.
And then they play turn 2, Anger the Gods. But yeah, so
It's worse when people were playing Pyroclasm.
hush. We don't speak this witchery.
Continue.
But Empty Warrens is just such a fun card in my opinion. What, create 2 1/1 goblins?
Mm-hmm.
Storm.
Times X?
Poggers.
Shit. That's a pog champ right there. Holy shit. Honestly, I've just had a lot of fun in Legacy with the card. And it's just fun. Not to say it's like, pet card, oh, it's bad. That's in English. Can I speak it? No. But it's just, I don't know. I don't really play Commander as much. So it's just a better for me to say, oh, a card I fucking love playing on turn 1. 100. 160 goblins. What are you gonna do now? Oh wait, I milled myself by accident.
Yeah.
Guy's Cradle.
What's here?
What was that?
Guy's Cradle.
All right, next.
No.
Wait, that's the land you put?
I did well. Okay, so Guy's Cradle is easy because first off, I made profit off of that.
Oh yeah.
Second, I realized, shit, and I won't put it in every deck.
There, yeah.
I mean, it goes good in most decks. It's a Gaia's Cradle.
It was great in Elf
Reason-
Ball.
There's a reason the card has got a price tag it does.
$550 now.
It was Clipsing 600.
My turn?
Yeah.
Okay. My next card is everyone's favorite mythical beast, Feldegriff.
Who?
Feldegriff.
Okay.
That's what he just said. I don't think he's... continue.
Yeah, so it's a reserveless card, by the way.
Whoa now. What's the
Yeah.
reserve list?
Yeah, he's-
What's the reserve list, Mason?
We know what the reserve list is. We've talked about it multiple times. Yeah, so he's...
Oh, it's actually worth money.
But I'm retarded.
It's a reserveless card. Of course it's worth money.
How much is it?
It's like
jack shit.
$750 right now.
That's not bad.
I mean, eventually it'll go up.
20 years.
It was
$15.
okay. So this card was the original Group Hug Commander. Like if you built Group Hug, it was generally around Feldegriff. So he's 1 in Bant for a 4/4.
Hey, boys.
So he has got 3 abilities. One of them is he gains flying until end of turn, but target opponent gains 2 life. Another one is you can return him to your hand, and then another target opponent draws a card. And then for green, you can give him trample until end of turn, and then someone gets a 1/1 hippo. So yeah, he gives people things. That's really nice. And I used to play him as my Bantress commander, and so then I equip him with what's the enchantment that gives it +1/+1 for each enchantment you control?
Oh, shit.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
You play it in Bogles.
Yeah, I know.
The Bogley Bogley.
Ethereal armor.
Yeah, ethereal. You equip him with ethereal armor and murder people, so you have an angry hippo.
Yeah. And he also has first strike, so they're like, oh fucker.
Yeah. This is a ton of fun. This card has a lot of like little fun little decks built around it. He's just really derpy, and I love him a lot. Definitely one of my favorite cards. Also, my first reserve list card I ever bought. So.
It's on the list of a deck I really want to build.
What's it called? What's it called? What's the deck called?
Feldegriff.
Oh, it's just...
Just him,
Okay.
commander. Have fun.
So, as the other ones judge me for it's another Sultai card. It's Modrotha.
All right, next.
It's another Sultai commander.
Yeah, another Sultai commander. They're,
That deals with the graveyard.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Variety.
yeah, variety. It is the spice of life. But it was just like, oh, I saw this. I was like, okay, even better. Tassiker's going to 99, and then it just kind of sat on the shelf until I played CDH.
And then you stopped playing Muldrotha.
Yeah, because then I started playing CDH.
Yeah. Good choice.
How the whole comes full circle. But no. And then this is the first card I ever got altered as well. I actually paid Austin's girlfriend to do it.
Yeah.
It's actually very pretty. Chandler might show it or not. I don't know. Maybe
Do you have the card?
not with me.
Then I won't fucking show it.
Okay. Well, but yeah. So, it's just a fun card that I love.
Okay. So, my next card, believe it or not, goes really well in a Rurik Tharr deck. It's called Possibility Storm.
That's on my list
You
too.
guys' line of thinking is so similar.
What do you
Who's-
mean?
Sultai deck, Gruul deck.
Okay, look.
Team deck.
I was told.
Shut up.
I was told.
Silence.
Look, I was told 30 minutes before we started this. Pick pet cards. Go now. And I'm just like, look, I like
An
Gruul
hour
right
ago.
now.
That was an hour ago.
Well, I'm still working on it. Leave me alone. I'll have something different my next go around. I'll
To be
think of
fair,
something.
that game, we sat there for God knows how long doing literally nothing.
But Possibility
Hey, it's not my
Storm
fault. I was just
is
playing group hug.
Okay.
Possibility Storm is a red enchantment. It costs 3 red, and it has a wall of text. It says, whenever a player casts a spell from his or her hand, that player exiles it, then exiles cards from the top of his or her library until he or she exiles a card that shares a card type with it. That player may cast that card without paying its mana cost. Then he or she puts all cards exiled with Possibility Storm on the bottom of his or her library in a random order. So basically what it comes down to is if you have this on field and anyone tries to cast anything, say you're trying to cast a creature. The creature you cast from your hand is not what you get. You then put it in exile and begin exiling cards from the top of your library until you hit your next creature type card, and you play that instead if you would so like to.
Ah, polymorph.
and then
Alright.
everything else just gets put on the bottom of your deck.
All right, guys, I already know this question. Who else has this on their list?
Say, I have it on my list. It's just a fun card to play
Me
with.
It's not like super powerful, but it's really fun, and it always ends up a janky game once this hits the board.
There are two very different applications of Possibility Storm. There's haha, let's have fun Possibility Storm, and fuck you, real hard Possibility Storm. You wanna,
You just got.
Yeah, which one do
Robert got a taste of that.
Fuck you, Mason. Fuck you.
you like
Fuck
playing-
you.
Okay,
Ooh,
yes,
sexually.
and there are
No,
ways to
like
cheat with
rape-wise.
Possibility Storm.
Whoa now.
Damn, son.
There are ways to cheat with Possibility
Damn,
Storm.
son.
The person who's playing with Sensei's Divining Top and to start setting up the top 3 cards of their library and just like, oh, I have this 1-drop artifact in my hand. I want Darksteel Forge instead.
Plop.
Let's do this.
Yeah.
It's really easy to mess with it, but it's more fun when it's just janky randomness.
Haha, look at me.
All right, go ahead, Austin.
My next card is Song of Creation, which came out actually pretty recently.
It's growing on me.
It's a beautiful card.
I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. And I started playing with it, and I was like, oh, this is pretty cool.
Say,
weren't
weren't you the one that played with, what is it?
Calvin?
Recycle?
The cycle deck?
No, Recycle. It's the card that does a very similar thing. Every time you cast a spell, you draw a card.
I don't think so.
And then you
Yeah.
discard
Down to
your
2.
hand. You did down to 2.
You played it in your blue-green lands deck.
Yes, I did.
That's what this card reminds me of. Just a better version of that.
Yeah, well, yeah. So it's 1 and then Teamer for an enchantment that says you may play an additional land on each of your turns. Pretty good. Whenever you cast a spell, draw 2 cards. And then at the beginning of your end step, you discard your hand. Well, I mean, normally when you play a card like this, the whole discard your hand at the end step doesn't usually happen because you win the game. Usually. Especially in the deck that I talked about just before this, Paco.
You can just sundial though,
It's great.
or you can just sundial.
Oh yeah, Ranger Sundial. It's pretty cool. You have all these free exiled cards where you technically a hand. You just never run out of cards. It's great. But yeah, the whole playing extra lands thing, casting spells, drawing cards. This is pretty much. If I had to design a card for my play style, this is what it would be pretty much.
So what you're saying is they owe you royalties.
Yeah, well, yeah, sure, why not?
I want to build a modern Storm deck around that card.
We tried to, and then it won something.
Saffron stole it.
Yeah, that wonderful
Rip.
bearded fuck.
Royalties.
Okay. Anything else you had to say about the card?
The art's really nice.
It's beautiful.
It's very
It
pretty.
is.
I wanted to get a foil full art, but I just stuck with a full art because the foil was like 600 times the price, and I was like, I'm good.
Wait for it.
Yeah, the foil one is like ridiculously higher than just the normal full art.
Because it's a pretty card.
It's very pretty. Also, it's by Noah Bradley, who has had a lot of
Oh
stuff about him lately.
Excellent
Great art.
artist.
Bad
Yeah,
person.
excellent artist. Not a good person.
Yikes!
Yeah, we're going straight to you, Chandler.
You don't want to
Oh,
say
yeah,
anything
yeah.
about Lightning Bolt? Really?
Why the fuck would I say Lightning Bolt is a pet card? It's the best card.
It's
on
still
my
a pet card.
It's on my pet list.
I mean,
Oh wait, so you want me to talk about Lightning Bolt?
that means I get to
boy.
talk about Lightning Bolt, so sure.
All right, so not gonna lie, Lightning Bolt is the best card in Magic history. I don't give a darn if anyone says anything about
okay, I'll draw 3
damage.
cards.
Yeah, I'll go.
Yeah.
Stupid.
I'll deal 3. Look, if there was no limit of the 4-card limit in Magic the Gathering, 40 Lightning Bolts and 20 Mountains.
20 mountains? That's pretty high.
Yeah.
I'd say like 15.
10.
I will.
5.
Well, no. A hard mulligan until
it
you
would
get one.
be by-
Just one mountain.
Just
One mountain. That's
Literally
all
one
I
mountain. That's all you need.
Jesus.
Nah,
Yeah.
3.
what is it? We're talking about
7.
I'm drawing
It's
7
actually pretty
cards.
bad.
You just mulligan down.
yeah.
Get a hand with all lands. You're like, okay.
But I
What we
mean,
found out is Tristan's true like god tier deck is just mountains, faithless looting, lightning bolt. That's it.
you're not wrong. Honestly, that sounds like a baller deck.
Well, yes, but actually no.
Well,
Say
yes,
looting.
but actually, yes.
I'm saying if he could like if we're talking about like no limit on how many cards and ignoring the ban list.
Oh,
that
no,
would
you don't
be-
mean this one. You mean Wheel of Fortune.
No. You mean Treasure Cruise.
Bonkers.
All right, you gotta realize that Abzan or Ponza, those aren't my favorite
Or
decks of all
Sucking
time.
Toes.
You know what's my favorite deck of all time? Mono Red Phoenix. And Lightning Bolt just deal 12 damage on turn 3? Woo! All right,
Yeah,
that's all I'm talking about.
And then Faith is sitting, you're like, oh, big
Since you
set.
brought up Lightning Bolt, I want to talk about it real quick. Lightning Bolt,
damage.
Lightning Bolt is my favorite Magic card of all time. It is by far my favorite Magic card. Any chance I get a chance to play with it, I will want to play with it. I first got a playset of Lightning Bolts out of my first Deck Builder's Toolkit. So when I first started playing casual Magic, before I even knew about LGSs, before I knew about competitive Magic, I was playing Lightning Bolts then, and I continue to play Lightning Bolts now.
And they just get prettier with time.
Yes, I have revised Christopher Rush Lightning Bolts right now, which I can never get signed, and that makes me so sad.
Why did he?
He passed away. Yeah.
Oh no.
Just go back in time, Mason.
Yeah.
Buy all the reserve lists before it becomes
Just go
reserve
buy
list.
4 signed ones.
Yeah. Do you know anyone who's selling any?
eBay maybe.
You really want to
Fake.
trust eBay?
Yeah.
Forged. Very forged. You could do it yourself. I can do it myself.
GPs,
but I
once
wanted
COVID's
to
done.
detail.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I know.
GPs. There you go. Go to all the GPs.
Yeah.
They don't
I'm
even
trying.
have them at GPs like the ones we've
Silence
been
thought.
to. Like,
The bigger ones.
We haven't gone to like a huge.
We need to go to like GP Las Vegas one time. And
That sounds
Yes.
fun.
I think we should go to Las Vegas.
But I want to go to GP Las Vegas. I don't care about actual Vegas. I just want to go to GP Las
You and I having
Vegas.
fun.
I will have
No.
the time of my
We're
life
gambling.
at GP Las Vegas.
Penny stock.
no matter what, we're gambling. Yes. No matter
Well,
what.
yes, but yes.
Save up a ton
Well,
of money, do one of the beta drafts.
Bruh. No, thank you.
No, you'd
That's too
better
much.
be wearing gloves.
No.
Yeah.
For
No.
beta draft,
You
yes.
don't, nah.
Oh, dude,
Mason's
now
not
I'm
gonna
going there
wear
with
gloves.
fucking Ultra Pro sleeves, like.
Oh, no, you're-
No sleeves, eating Cheetos.
No, there's a point where they will kick you out.
No, yeah.
No, there's a point where not
Yeah, pull some-
wizards,
pull some
but
dual
the
lands, you know.
community will ban you.
Okay.
I got a bird to paradise.
Chandler?
Yeah, you just give me.
I got a turn.
Well, he was talking about the same card, so I wanted to put it in real quick. My 2 cents. And into Divulge. Go.
Means.
This is the one card that got me into standard for a bit. 1,000 Year Storm.
Oh, yes.
It was 1,000 Year Storm and Rule Lens Reclamation, but I don't care about that. I want 1,000 Year Storm.
Ooh, 1,000 Year Storm. Spicy. You know the storm scale? Everything's storm now.
Yeah, it's back. Back again.
Stop it, please.
Especially when you cast a few cantrips of Great Manner, all of a sudden you cast Expropriate.
I counter it. All right, well, there's 4 more here, so pick your
I'm
poison.
taking at least 4 turns. The idiot over here is gonna make me take more turns, so I'm gonna take 8 more turns.
It's not my fault, all right? I gave you double mana. I didn't say you had to do all that. I just said have fun.
I did.
He did have fun by taking all the turns.
Yeah.
I
There's
mean,
only a
it's
limited
perfect.
number of fun, and I went all with it.
That's how Mafia works.
Okay. That's it? Okay. So my next card is Teshar, Ancestors Apostle.
But that was neat.
It was a fun. It was the jank combo card in standard. Like there were so many ridiculous combos around it. So for those of you who don't know, it is a 3 and a white for a bird cleric, legendary creature. It's a 2/2. Whenever you cast a historic spell, return target creature card with converted mana cost 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. So you just play a bunch of janky artifacts and creatures, and you loop things. It's a lot of fun.
Eggs.
Eggs, yeah.
Well, my next card is not Sultai, it's Grixis this time. It's Inala, the wizard chick from the precons. And I was just like, wait, wizards? Hell yeah. So,
Wizards?
Does this not commanders for you?
Out of all the fun
Yeah.
Grixis
I only
cards, you choose that one.
oh, there's another good one after this one.
Kess.
What?
Kess.
No, shut up.
Oh, I forgot a card
Basic.
on this list.
Was it Kess?
Bitch.
No, it's a Grixis card though. Keep going.
Yeah, no, that's all I have to say. It was just like,
Okay.
oh, wizard tribal, ETB shit.
Mason has Tarmogoyf on his list.
No, I do not.
Yeah.
Do you have Thoughtseize?
No. I don't
Okay.
like Thoughtseize like Inquisition.
So
Better art.
my next card is a commander for most people. It's Sidri Galvanic Genius.
Hashtag not Gruul.
It's not
Yeah.
Gruul. That is correct. It's actually every color that is not Gruul because it is Esper, white, blue, and black. It's just that, 3 mana for a legendary human artificer. It's a 2/2. Now, she has 2 different abilities. One of them, for a blue mana, target non-creature artifact becomes an artifact creature with power and toughness equal to its converted mana cost until the end of turn. And then for a white and a black, target artifact creature gains Death Touch and Lifelink until end of turn. This was the first artifact deck that I had built, and the whole concept of it was get Aetherflux Reservoir on field, make it a 4/4, give it lifelink and death touch, and then laser beam everyone until they're dead.
I'm a fire my laser.
Like that was it. It was just infinite laser beams until everyone is gone, and it was a lot of fun. It just gets hated out sometimes. So
You suck.
What?
Oh, my,
You suck.
Okay.
What do you mean?
You
So
suck.
this was my favorite commander deck for a while. Back whenever I like quote unquote played commander, it was Ayula, the Bear Queen. Yes, Bear Force 1, the best deck in commander. Honestly, to me at the time, I thought I was building a spicy deck. It could compete. I lied to myself, but having a 13-13 and
Oh, you sweet poor child.
look, at the time, all I played was standard. Hush. So, Ayula was the coolest thing because it was just a meme at one point, and then it became an actual deck. And I'm like, hey, that's pretty good. So, yeah. That's it.
I got Lab Man.
Yeah, fair enough.
That was my first combo ever in Commander.
Oh shit, that was mine too.
It's very cheap, very
Well,
easy.
No, my first combo was Kiki, Jiki, and Zealous.
It was just Lab Man with underneath that. I didn't want to mill. I just want to draw my deck.
Fair.
That's one way to do it.
Alright. So next card on my list is Molten Steel Dragon.
You're a bitch.
Why?
Because I'm pretty sure you're gonna talk first. Because I'm pretty sure I know what you're about to say. Go.
This is the first rare I ever pulled.
Yeah.
Ever.
That was it.
Yeah, this is my first pack rare.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's a fun card. There's actually a combo deck around it that can kill turn 2 in Modern.
I just remember.
Do we care?
a card.
No, I say it's just the card's not really that great, but it's my first rare ever. It looks super cool. I played with it a lot. It's just better Shivan Dragon.
You watch your mouth.
It is. It's Shivan Dragon, but you can use Phyrexian mana, so it's inherently better.
Heretic.
The first rare I ever pulled was that black vampire from BFC. That was whenever you gain life, Tarpon loses life.
Fuck if I know. I don't know.
Bro,
Yeah, no, that was shit.
wait, are we talking about rares? Like the first rare
I mean,
you
What's the
ever
first
pulled?
rare you ever pulled?
Spire Bluff Canal.
Oh,
When
what?
it was like $30.
That's pretty good.
I sold it.
Fools.
All right.
My next card is Kess, the little storm chick, because, graveyards are fun. Anyway, back to you.
Oh, you're just gonna
Yep.
jump right over it? Okay.
I swear to God, you're gonna be an Undertaker in like 20 years.
Shut up.
The
I
Mortician?
can.
Shit, you found out my code name.
Okay, so my next card, which is also not in Gruul colors, just putting that out there, is Gift of Immortality. It is a white enchantment. It's 2 and a white to cast for an aura.
Maze is like, heck yeah.
I played with the card too.
It says enchant creature. When enchanted creature dies, return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control. Return Gift of Immortality to the battlefield attached to that creature at the beginning of the next end step. The only thing better than having a threat on field is a threat that doesn't go away that easily. So just recently, I put this on top of a Sheoldred and caused people in my play group a lot of problems because no one could kill it twice in the same turn. They could kill it once, but not twice.
Wait, you haven't Tesa?
Yes, in my Tesa deck.
Okay.
Because it works really well with any of your combo pieces that are creatures that you want them to stick around. And it's relatively inexpensive. And honestly, in the play groups I'm with, not many people run enchantment removal.
Looking around that group, it's like, is this true?
I run all kinds of removals.
I love enchantment, so I don't
I
like
think
remove it.
every green player at the table has a nature claim in there.
I know a lot of people run
High
Crossing's Grip
roll.
or
Yeah.
High roll,
something,
yeah.
but when I'm playing, most of the time when I cast this, it stays there for at least 4 turns, 5 turns before someone can find something.
Yeah, then again, we haven't played with you in a while. So.
That is true.
We should fix that in our decks.
Play more removal. What'd you say like 3 weeks ago?
Yeah, play more removal, goddammit!
Yeah, my new Tesa deck literally has 12 slots just for removal and then another 4 for board wipes.
Spicy.
So you have a total of 16.
Yes.
You need to up that to 20, my dude, because more removal, damn it!
I'm working on it.
My turn? Well, you go.
You got one?
Okay.
I got one more.
Okay.
Just
Enter
lightning
the
bolt
scene.
again.
I knock on your door. You open the door. Hi, would you like to talk about our Lord and Savior?
He fucked it up!
You fucked it up!
You were so Shun! Oh, so close.
I'm bad at improv.
It's
gonna have to-
blue!
Hey, it's getting cut. We gotta redo it.
No.
I'm not cutting that shit. No.
I feel sorry for your ears.
Hi. Would
You have to put a warning on the little things like, please turn down volume now.
3, 2, yeah. Hi, would you like to talk about our Lord and Savior, Quothus, God of Destiny? Yes. My favorite, or one of my favorite cards in the current modern metagame. Why? It's just dumb.
It is just kind of dumb.
It's a very, very
It's weird
good
as
threat.
Shit.
Yes, and it's perfect the way it is. Why? Because your fate is to die.
It's Deathrite Shaman, but in Garul form.
But in God form.
And also not 1 mana.
Yeah.
But you don't have to pay activations. You get all this stuff.
For free.
Very hard to remove an indestructible
Enchantment. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Creature.
Yeah.
Well, just go whack eventually.
Yeah.
Wait. Yeah, no, you can't path it.
Unless it's a creature, yeah.
I
Holy
path your
shit.
dude. In response, I sack something.
Well, there was plays where you could bolt your own creatures to keep your Clothis around and things like that. Some really sneaky stuff.
Yeah.
This next card, I played it in one game, a commander. I based the deck all this one card. Everybody else in the deck, everybody else in that game was like, do not play this deck ever again. The card was Warp World.
Oh god.
Oh, God. Chandler, why?
The best part, the deck was just based around making tokens and ETB effects.
Disgusting.
It's just evil.
Okay.
And I'm thinking about bringing it back.
Please don't.
Okay. See, that was that really thin spike right there. That was the can. That was the. See, there was it again.
Alright, next on my list is Thraxim Under. Just one of my favorite Grixis cards. He does a whole lot. He's hard to deal with. He's always hitting people. It's great. Just a ton of fun to play with.
Yeah.
I've
My
always
next
want-
card.
I always want to do something with that card. I just never got around to it.
So much fun.
My next card is, you guessed it, it's Urza. Oh, when I first saw this card, I was like, it does everything I wanted to do and more. And then I played Stacks, and everyone hates me.
Yeah.
All right, next.
Yeah.
I don't hear about that again.
Next meme.
Okay, so my next card is something that is not your commander, but you should run it in any commander deck that has green. It's Veteran Explorer.
Yeah, you like that card.
It's a great card, especially in Rook Thar when I'm trying to get people not to hate me. So,
Look, go get basics. Oh, you're nice. Rokthar.
Yeah.
Wait.
so Veteran Explorer is a 1 green, 1/1 human soldier scout. And he says whenever he dies, each player may search their library for up to 2 basic land cards and put them onto the battlefield untapped. Then each player who searched this way has to shuffle their library. So if you turn 1, jump everybody to turn 3, including yourself. I mean, to get Rook Thar that much faster, people are happy, and then they can cast more things to hurt them. That's all it is.
Is there another artifact on your favorite list that's an equipment?
Another one that is an equipment?
Yes.
Let me double
Starts with a
check.
G?
I mean,
Did you just sneak peek on the list?
No. I'm asking if it is.
with a G?
Yeah.
No, there's not
Okay.
on there.
I'm surprised.
I mean, I know which one you're talking about, and I purposely didn't put it on there because I physically don't own the card,
But
but
you-
it's on my buy list, and it's going into the deck as soon as I buy
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Grafted Exoskeleton. Rook Thar gets
yeah.
infect,
Yeah.
and then everyone dies faster.
You get to play 1 spell before you die.
2.
No, you die on the second
So
one.
you either do with that commander or you do with Niku.
Who's next?
Me again?
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna cheat. This is 2. They're basically the same thing.
Okay.
Rogue's Passage and Key to the City.
Yeah.
Yeah.
fair enough.
I
Yeah.
like unblockable commanders.
I think my favorite unblockable one is Whisper Silk Cloak. Shroud and unblockable.
That one's great. My favorite is Thassa, just for her free scry effect on top of giving.
Fair enough.
Old
So-
boss.
Yeah.
Whenever you play either of those, it's just all the opponents see you've entered the gulag.
Right. So the next card I really like is Avatar of Woe. I seem to jam
Whoa.
this in every reanimator strategy I ever play.
Yeah.
It's big, beefy, 6/6 that you tap it to destroy target creature, and it can't be regenerated. And then if you manage to count up, 10 cards, 10 creature cards in all graveyards, it costs 6
black,
less. So it's just black. But yeah, it's a ton of fun to play with, and I always just seem to be jamming it, even though it's not the best card ever.
What's that? Grixis
And Arcade
commander?
posted
the
the best
the
artist.
Pretender.
Marisol?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
My next and final card is King Kenrith, because I was going through a phase that I'm still going through, is like group hug. Everyone seems to hate it, and I don't know why. I make you draw like 6 cards a turn.
It's just the like quintuple mana.
Oh, quintuple. It's only double mana one time, then someone won. See?
Huh?
But
We're all staring at you right now.
I'm fine with the card draw.
you're fine with the extra lands.
Yeah.
Are you fine with no max hand size?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Are you fine with double mana?
No.
No.
Why?
No.
Shit happens.
Just no. Oh, look at all this cool stuff that I have to wait to do. Oh, look. Nope.
Because whoever's to the left of you or next in
Just
turn
wins the
order
game.
is about to win.
We're so close.
You're so close.
But so far.
That's so far.
There's always a Tormod script.
Y'all better stop this.
For y'all's information, he was playing Emery Storm, and he got Torm's Crypt.
I still shot him.
Yeah, he still shot him. But
Okay, so the next card on my list is colorless, and it is Howling Mine. Howling Mine is an artifact, and it's for 2 generic. At the beginning of each player's draw step, if Howling Mine is untapped, that player draws an additional card. It's really simple. Most of the time when you play this, people are very happy that it's on field. And it helps games go by a little bit faster. And if you have a way of tapping it so no one else gets an advantage, Urza, it's even better.
so you saying that you like Urza too?
I do have an Urza, but mine is not stacks because I'm not a degenerate like you.
Well, hey, look, you gotta have.
Sorry, what's the name of this channel?
I am a guest. So
He's not
I'm
a fully fledged.
officially a degenerate yet.
Do we need to start doing that now? Just get like a dildo and just knight him.
All right, so I'm going to pass to the next person.
My last one, and this one really does have meaning to me, and y'all hate me. It's Perforos, God Reforged.
I don't
This is a
hate that
beautiful card.
I like Perforos.
Yeah,
He's
I like
pretty
This
neat.
has a backstory for me.
Okay.
My very, very, very first trading card game back in 2003 when it first came out in America was Yu-Gi-Oh! Because I liked the anime, and at the time, it was awesome.
It's time to duel.
What does Potterfree do?
It draws you 2 additional cards.
What's Potterfree?
I had to stop myself. I was like, wait a minute.
What's Potterfree do?
No.
Okay.
So,
Anyway.
in the anime, there was a arc where it was a stupid ass arc, but it was an arc nonetheless. In the middle of another arc, where they got thrown into a virtual world by
course.
these 5 old boomers motherfuckers.
Yep.
Boomers.
And basically, they played an alternate version of Yu-Gi-Oh, where instead you have one creature outside the deck, and it has the special abilities that you can call upon whenever you want. And I'm just like, for like 10 fucking years, I'm like, how can I make this into real life? And I'm like, shit, I can't do it. Then I got out of college here, and somebody said, hey, play Commander. Magic? I don't want to do that. But it's like, all right, well, let's just play it. All right, fine, because like, I haven't played Yu-Gi-Oh! In 6 months because nobody here plays Yu-Gi-Oh! Yep. First deck was Perforos. And I'm just like, playing him, realizing, oh, shit.
Hey, wait a minute.
This is what I've wanted all of my life.
Now I got
I am complete. I have no more adjectives.
Now I got 30
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Commander decks. I'm in deep now.
He's in too deep.
That's it for me. I'm done.
Okay, so as
Yeah,
a
makes it jerk off by yourself for a bit.
Yeah, there you go.
I have one more card.
he says one more. So
Yeah.
all right,
Quick
as
shot.
a
Lightning
good,
round. Let's go.
hold up, stop interrupting me, and I can go.
Hey, come on, Mason, hurry up.
Hurry up!
Hey, Mason.
I got one.
Ooh,
Okay.
Wait, where are they?
it's my turn next. Let me talk about this card. It goes.
Hey,
perfect
Tristan,
after
what's your card?
Perforos. All right,
We
so
should be-
as a good compliment to
Hey,
Perforos,
stop slamming the table. It breaks
Mason,
the
why'd you
leg.
hit me?
Yeah.
as a good segue from Perforos, my next pet card is Filigree Angel. So instead of dealing damage, it gains life. So it gains 3 life for every artifact you control. And so I'd play this a lot in my Brea deck, which is just full of artifacts, along with Paranormonicon, and I'd gain like 110 life with this card. And it was just so much fun to just, hey, look, Angel, life.
That's not very cash money of you.
It's not a good card, but I never could seem to cut it from my
Yeah.
deck. It's just a good pet card. One of my favorite pet cards. Yeah.
Who's next?
That card's
This
stupid.
guy.
Okay, so my last card is shockingly in Gruul, and it is Dragon Broodmother. Dragon Broodmother is 2 generic, 3 red, 1 green for a 4/4 dragon with flying. But she also says at the beginning of each player's upkeep, create a 1/1 red and green dragon creature token with flying and Devour 2. Devour is an interesting mechanic for me because it's when this creature enters the battlefield, you can sacrifice any number of creatures, and then the creature that's entering gains a +1/+1 counter equal to the Devour number times the number of creatures that were sacrificed for it. So it's just really fun to play in any kind of token deck where you just want to make big things with flying, so evasion's amazing, and then just swing in, hit people. It's a lot of fun.
Hey, what you got, Tristan?
Y'all ever meet Todd, Steve, Jeremy, and Chad?
Oh, hell yeah, I did.
Hell yeah. So
Hell
whenever I first started playing Modern, my thing was I wanted to build a dumb deck. Well, I was too broke to build a dumb deck, so I built Tron.
What kind of Tron, Tristan?
Cheap Tron. So I'm like, hey, what would be good in a cheap Tron list? Looks up a few cards. This card seems pretty good. Mirror Battlesphere. Oh boy, what does that do? Create 4 mirror tokens as it enters the gosh darn battlefield. So, you know, it was just a normal card, to be honest, and it was just value. So, yes, they're playing a game
Hey.
as I'm talking.
Hey, you ignore us.
Great.
Continue, friend.
But, so the running joke was, like, I just have these tokens and everyone would see them each time I played the card, and it was super funny, but until the name came through. Who gave me the name? Austin.
I did.
Todd, Steve, Jeremy, and Chad, and it was a meme for like 5 seconds, and I'm like, oh wait, I have all the pieces for Arclight Phoenix, let's build that. So yeah.
You still have those tokens?
Somewhere.
They exist somewhere.
Yes.
All right, is it time for me to go lightning round?
Your lightning round, mate.
Lightning round,
You
Mason.
can do it. You should have like
Okay.
what, 47 cards?
No, I have only a few left. Okay, so
many?
So that might,
I don't know exactly.
That means like 53, not 47.
okay.
I like
so,
Angrath.
So Angrath the Flame Chain is one of my favorite cards. I played in Standard heavily. Being able to steal Hydroid Crisis, hitting somebody with it, and then sacrificing it was probably one of my favorite things to do. Deeply enjoyed this card. Thought it should have seen more play. Next is Nickabolus Planeswalker, one of my favorite Planeswalkers of all time. You resolve a Nickabolus Planeswalker, somebody's day is about to get ruined.
That's true.
Your own
Like,
day is about to get
It's
ruined.
just
Oh
such
my,
a
wow.
good Planeswalker. If I could figure out how to play it in like Tron, I would.
Oh, you could do the chromatic Ori Tron now.
But I have to it's so hard to balance out.
It's weird, but hey, fuck it.
So then next I have is Spine of Isha. I love playing with this card. Just nuking people's stuff with Duretti and then bringing it back, doing it again. All sorts of fun, degenerate stuff you can do with the card. After that, I have Verity Circle. It's one of my newest pet cards. I started playing it in competitive EDH. Card's super good, full of value.
Yeah, I still have my copy. When I pulled one, I was like,
Great.
this seems good.
I'm looking for a foil copy if anyone finds
I
one.
think I have one.
Next is Omniscience. I just jam Omniscience to
Yeah,
every blue
yeah,
deck
you
I
do.
play.
Yeah, you do.
You do.
Yes,
Fucking
you do.
love playing
Yeah,
this
now
card.
that you
All right,
mention it,
next.
if I had to give a card to Mason, it would probably be Omniscience.
I was going to say Azami.
But I have the best
Mason.
Omniscience.
Where's your best on mission with Nikki B on it? How much is it again?
It's like $80.
How much you pay for it?
$100.
What's the best?
That's fine. I like the art. I don't care. So next up, I got Haven of the Spirit Dragon. I love playing this card anytime I'm playing a Dragon's deck or I have Ugins in the deck. I love the ability to just reanimate stuff. It's so much fun. Then I have Tomb of the Spirit Dragon, which is a really neat card. So it gains you 2 life for each colorless creature you control. So any sort of artifact deck, I love jamming this card. And the last card that I forgot to add on this list is Cruel Ultimatum.
Yeah.
I love playing with Cruel Ultimatum. It's such a great card and just so much fun. It's not very good in Commander, though,
No, God no.
because it only targets one person.
Yikers.
But it's still a fun card
Unless
nonetheless.
you play.
But yeah, so that's all I have for cards.
Mhm.
Are we done?
I guess so.
This was fun.
This is very fun. Oh yeah, Cycrypt is pretty cool, I guess.
Yeah, Cycrypt wasn't on anybody's list.
It's because
It shouldn't be.
It's
Wonder
not a
why.
pet card.
It's just you're
It's
playing
just-
I
blue.
should play
Here
this
it
card.
is.
It's not a pet card. It's Commander.
Staple.
It's a staple.
Oh. Ooh, actually, I do actually have one more pet card.
Oh God.
Is it Arjun?
No, it's not Arjun.
it
It's
Arjun?
that red sorcery.
Is it R2D2?
No.
Describe what it does.
You choose a target. Now everything's a target.
Oh.
Uh,
I don't know what card it is.
I played it in just like some janky decks. It was really fun.
I think that's
You didn't come prepared.
Oh no, I just thought about this one.
You didn't come prepared.
You're right, I didn't. Would you like a cookie?
I am getting cookie cake, sir.
Oh, good.
Hey, can I have a cookie?
No, you cannot have a goddamn cookie.
Do you know some Boston cream pie?
Jesus.
Yo, you guys got. What is it? What are they called? I forget what
Oatmeal
they're
cream
called.
pies?
No, there's something back
Ze-
there. I
zebra
forget what
cakes?
it's called.
Okay.
Hostess?
Can you find the card?
Oh yeah, I'm getting there.
Okay.
We're getting there.
We'll edit this little dribble out.
I mean, where we just talk about random
Just
stuff. Like,
make-
you guys like Vintage Cube? Vintage Cube's pretty fun.
I love Vintage Cube.
Oh, just
So the first time I played with the Vintage Cube was with a legitimate Vintage Cube.
Hey, Austin, you found it yet?
No.
The only things that were proxied were the dual lands and the power.
Hey, Robert, you like the Soul Tie?
Oh, I love Sultai,
hey,
dude.
I can drink me about 3/4 of those be hopped up like a tree frog.
Okay, what's everyone's favorite playstyle? So mine's mid range.
For what format? It depends on format for me.
Just in general to play.
Oh, shit.
So, to be honest, if we're talking about playstyle, what is it? Commander's like, because there's a lot of combo.
Most
decks.
most of Commander's combo, so it's not really.
So like any 60 card deck format.
Yeah. Just your preferred playstyle. What do you like to play?
Mid-range or control, really.
I only play Commander, and I love Aristocrat decks. Even though I've talked nothing but Gruul the entire podcast, Aristocrats is where I have a lot of fun.
Austin.
Sorry, I put in the Scarf
Austin's
thing
combo.
incorrectly.
We're well aware Austin is combo.
Wombo.
Oh, I am very much a combo
I've never
player.
seen Austin play a deck that. No, that's a lie. I've seen him play burn and control. But mostly he plays combo.
And I will never stop playing combo. I found it.
To be more specific, it's going to be an aggressive mid-range variant. So Panza, to be honest, but
You like playing aggro.
I like playing everything, to be honest.
You have a lot of red in your decks.
Red's the best color. What are
You
talking
watch your form out.
Yeah, what's our core mono color? Because mine's red.
about? Mine's red.
Blue.
I'm sorry, Chandler. You go with your archetype first, and then we'll do this.
Ooh,
Do you really need that?
I think Chandler's kind of all over the place. I'm not gonna lie.
That's it. That's why I want to know.
His is value.
Green.
Is value.
Green.
Yes.
Oh, like
So if you had to pick one color,
No, we're talking
It's
about
green.
the
It's
previous one. Like, what's your...
Yeah, what's your favorite archetype to play?
Yeah.
I thought you were still. Oh, we went to color.
Yeah, but we
Well,
forgot about
we're
What about
hopping
your-
around so much shit now.
Yeah.
Just
Okay, I found my last pet card, by the way.
Oh, okay.
It's Radiate. 3 and a red. It's an instant. You choose target instant or sorcery spell that targets only a single permanent or player. Then, for each other permanent or player that spell could target, put a copy of that spell onto the stack, targeting that person or player. Each copy targets a different one of these permanents and or players. So, the dream is still like someone playing an Assassin Trophy, and you're like, haha, everything's gone. And it's just It's so
no, because that
satisfying.
person's still left with stuff because it says an opponent controls or Assassin's Trophy.
Okay,
This
whatever.
one does
Peace with
path.
Path is pretty neat.
Path
Just
is
any kind of
fine.
removal spell
Yeah.
or like counter spell.
So
No, counter spell doesn't work because it's permanent or player, but you get the
Yeah.
gist of it. It just punishes like removal. It's like haha.
this is gonna be the most awkward part to edit for Chandler.
That's fine.
What?
Oh, so yeah, core game style or whatever you like to play.
Yeah, he's value.
Core thing. Value.
value.
That's
Value.
mid range.
Mid range. Okay, so
Well, no, I'm saying that's value is considered mid range.
sure.
It's not really mid-range. It's just
Value.
Do you like playing value cards?
Yes.
Then you like playing mid range.
Yeah, that's pretty much the same thing.
is it?
Yes.
Okay.
So color would be
so-
green, I'm guessing, for Chandler, definitely.
Mason's gonna be blue. Not gonna say.
No, it's red.
It's
red.
I'm a red player at heart.
You said you like
It was black.
what is it?
Mine's
Mid.
blue.
Really?
So like
you're pretty
for-
close to black. I'm assuming.
Black is a close second.
Red.
No, actually, it's black. I really enjoy my mono black deck I ran for over a year. It was a lot of fun.
Bro, I can build you a sweet mono black deck in modern right now. It's called.
I don't need your
It's
Mongol
called-
format.
You watch your whore mouth.
That's
I'm sorry I made that joke.
I already that's my thing.
Listen here, Sukablit.
Blue for me and red for you.
Red?
Yeah, you're more of a red
I
player.
just think
I'm more of a green player, if anything.
Do you like Big Stompy or do you like Super Aggro?
Both.
I mean,
Red.
yes, that's why Garul is my favorite 2-color pair.
My favorite, yes,
Is it?
2-color pairs. 3-color pairs, though, we go Abzan.
Teamer.
So that mine completely changes to Grixis.
What?
Oh,
You're
we're
a
doing 3
Jun
cup?
man. You have
Traitor.
betrayed us.
All right, cool.
No.
So I feel like we're wrapping it up.
Yeah, that should be it.
That's why we just keep rambling.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, okay.
honestly,
Alright,
we
so-
get more
Alright,
YouTube
outro boy.
money.
All right,
Yeah.
come on, outro boy.
All right, so this has been the Oko Did Nothing Wrong, the Magic the Gathering podcast, and we are the Degenerates. Thank you for joining. Remember to like and subscribe.
You bitch.
Well.
And also hit the notification bell.
Hit the bell, bro. The bell. What do
Oh,
you get?
yeah.
Space bar?